Welcome back to Soccer Card United. It's episode 248 of the greatest soccer card podcast in the world. I'm Jason. That's Enzo. Hello, Enzo.
Hello, Jason.
How was your weekend? All good?
Yeah, all good. Relaxing. A lot of some deep cleaning been done around my place.
Oh yeah, good.
So it's been a bit of renovating and just cleaning. You know, a lot of cards in my house, Jason, that really ought to not be there, and I've started moving them out.
Bit of a clear out.
Bit of a clear out, yeah. I seen some rookies that I wouldn't even dare mention on this podcast. It would tend to shiver up people's spine. Some of the cards I have.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you've been around for as long as we have.
Yeah.
You know, you find some players and you go, I remember him. That was a weird 2 weeks.
Yeah. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Matthew Hoppy, I have a few of his tops now.
Oh God.
Yeah.
You're bringing me back. You're taking me back.
I have a few.
Okay, speaking of rookies, we're going to start straight into Hobby HQ.
Okay.
Because a couple of people sent us this over the weekend. The buyer for the 1-of-1 Lamine Yamal Superfractor autograph was revealed as Spinatron, or at least he goes by Spinatron on Instagram.
Congratulations.
There we go. Would you like to hear what Spinatron said about buying this card?
100%.
The latest pickup from Golden Co Elite by Ken Golden, the best Lamine Yamal card. Since 2004 Topps Chrome Basketball, when Topps introduced Superfractors, base parallel Superfractor became a mainstay and chase of a Topps release. Since Fanatics took over Topps, one can argue this Yamal is the best rookie among all licensed releases. Could have longevity and upside if Yamal keeps this up. Notice there, it says could have, so I'm not really too worried about whether or not.
Yeah, he's basically saying he knows he's prospecting here.
Yeah.
Lamine
Yamal is the youngest to score and win the European Championship. And barely 17, he assisted 4 times a single tournament, while the career record is 8 by Cristiano over 6 tournaments spanning 20 years. Youngest to make the Barcelona team in the last 100 years. This season, he averages 1 goal contribution per game. Cannot wait to follow his career. Saw him in person at the Euro final in Berlin. Today is Germany's reunification day, and glad to reunite with Yamal again. Representation of him as a Topps Chrome UEFA Club Competition Superfractor Auto 101 RC in a PSA 9, that should say 8, plus an Auto 10. This pairs nicely with my existing Donruss Gold Power 101, which his wife claims to be hers.
I like
very
that.
interesting.
That was a very level-headed flex, no doubt about it. Let me say it was a flex, but it was very level-headed, and can't go against it. There was logic. It was good.
What was interesting to me, I want to give you some credit here. Is that when we were talking about this and we were talking about all the recent sort of high sales in soccer, you were saying there's a lot of high rollers coming in from other sports that are finally recognized in soccer as a place to put, $100,000 or whatever. And then, sure enough, you click on Spinatron's profile. It's not just soccer. It's actually, soccer is very much the exception to the rule.
Yeah.
There's high-end Kobe. Kobe, I think, is his main chase. There's high-end LeBron. There's NFL, gold vinyls. There's all sorts of stuff.
It makes sense. But we've said that for a long time. Like, who's the most likely to spend money on soccer? And it probably is people that are already spending money, already understand the concept of a Superfractor or a Black Prism or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we basically stumbled into, obviously, what this is a classic in every sense of the word. Wow.
Yeah. I think it's interesting because, obviously we've been talking about this for so long, but we've always talked about it as, or not, maybe not even like as collectors, but like say people in Fanatics, people in Panini or something, they'll do something with Antoine Griezmann, or they'll do something with a player or a celebrity or something. And it's like, see if we can get these soccer players to start collecting their own cards, or to start collecting soccer cards, or we can get these celebrities to collect soccer, Steve Aoki, whatever, then that's going to be brilliant. And it's like, yeah, but that actually is probably a less effective strategy than just convincing the guys who are already spending massive amounts of money on sports cards to consider soccer as an alternative for their investment.
This is true.
It's lovely to see that theory being put into practice.
Yamal very much the exception here, and I'm not seeing any other soccer on the page.
Not at all.
But that also speaks to Yamal's kind of performance over the, and his kind of hobby. We see a Messi there as well. So, there's a few bits. But
Messi, Ronaldo, yeah.
Yeah, and Messi to the left there as well. But
yeah,
Jude down there, some blockchain and stuff. But yeah, no, it speaks to soccer's kind of rise, because even there I'm mentioning Jude, we're talking Messi obviously had a big bump after the World Cup as well, even though he's already done everything in his career that he possibly could. And Yamal definitely seems to have broke through to the hobby mainstream, where it's like he's a household name.
Yeah.
in the
Spinishron
hobby.
says that since Fanatics took over Topps, Lamine Yamal is probably the hottest rookie among all licensed releases.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously,
Wemby is obviously as well.
Wemby's but he's unlicensed in terms of
True.
a super factor. So, I mean, that's high praise.
But that's the thing.
From
It's
a
like
genuine high-end collector.
Wemby, Caitlin Clark, Lamine Yamal. Do you think like Fanatics have almost contributed to their? Because it does actually feel like obviously Caitlin Clark has broke all these records. She I think without the hobby is probably still what she's doing what she's doing. Wemby as well, Yamal. But then like, is it a coincidence? If you know what I mean, or have their profiles all been lifted by this industry as well?
Oh, that I don't know. Like, for instance, I don't know how. Like, was this? You would think maybe the Catalan newspaper Sport might did they cover this? Lamine Yamal, because surely the Barcelona media circus is like, surely this is like a big deal. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody asked in a Barcelona press conference, did you see the sale of Yamal's rookie card and what do you think? And Hansi Flick just scowling back at them like, I don't go in for that kind of thing, or something like that.
But I think like Caitlin Clark, there was the 101 Panini incident, which I thought was crazy. I don't know if you'll get into it today, probably not. But like, I think it sold. That was genuinely crazy. But it sold for I think more than her rookie year salary, and that kind of put into perspective kind of how crazy it can all be. That like what she gets paid for an entire rookie year is less than what people have prospected her superfactor to be. It's like her own organization don't necessarily value her above 90,000, but then people are prospecting her a Panini Instant over 90,000.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of does get into like the whole kind of things don't necessarily scale up, because I think it's like it's almost it's exponential, isn't it? It's like you don't, because we always try and work out how do these high end sales work, because if this is 20,000, how is this 100,000? But it's because once you get to a certain level, the money,
it's different. Yeah,
the money that people have who are involved shoots up, and it's like we're now talking about millionaires and billionaires as opposed to people who are spending
the
a big chunk of the layperson. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's brilliant. I'm a fan of kind of knowing who owns that card as well. Not even just from like a nosy point of view, but it's like, it's a person other people have met and have seen and know about. He's around the hobby circle. Like, we know who he is. It's not like, it's less sinister, I would say.
But it's, yeah, I understand. But it's also great that like, that's kind of a virtuous cycle thing going on, because he's a high-end collector. He buys it. He shows it. And then all of a sudden there are other high-end collectors from the basketball, football, baseball worlds that are going like, oh, he bought that. But he has such good Kobe stuff. So, all right, so he's taking it seriously. So, or whatever.
Yeah, who's this kid?
Yeah. So it's quite exciting.
I would agree.
Yeah. In other Lamine Yamal 1 of 1 rookie news, I saw on Soccer Cards HQ's Twitter feed that the Select 101, Select Black 101 that we talked about extensively on
FIFA Select
Thursday show, FIFA Select, that was sent, it was received by the person who bought into the break and the card was hit. So the breaker came to their senses and
did the right thing.
Yeah.
The story of how he came to his senses was pretty funny. It was just he got a message that said shipped. I can imagine that's like, it's almost like it's the last line in a tragedy.
Yeah.
Shipped.
Yeah.
Full stop. And that's it. Ship. I did it. I gave up on it. My dream of becoming rich off this card is gone. I've shipped it to you. I hope you're happy now. Shipped.
Yeah.
I did it.
Kind of there's a real resignation. A sense of resignation in the shipped. Yeah.
I shipped it. Like it's
shipped. Not even it's shipped. Just shipped.
Shipped.
Yeah. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Stop it. You win. All right. He's like fuming. He's fuming. It's not his card.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Oh, shipped. I love it. I honestly, I don't know why. That struck a chord with me, Jason. I can just imagine someone sitting in their house fuming after making a fool of themselves and then just going, shipped. I'm too tired to even have a conversation with you. I shipped it.
I can't even apologize. I can't even.
Are you happy now? The thing you bought, I shipped for you. The thing that you bought, I gave it to you. Are you happy now? Yeah.
Shipped. It's almost like if it means that much to you, it's shipped.
Yeah, it's shipped.
Yeah. Oh, get over it. Like it's shipped.
Yeah, you have it now, right? Stop crying.
Yeah, like as if everyone was overreacting.
Yeah, brilliant. So yeah, exactly that.
Yeah. Oh, shipped. Stop being such babies about it. I steal one card and everyone gets all up in our...
in the shower. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
I've shipped it. Don't worry about it.
Somebody messaged and said, that they were quite nervous when they heard us describing in detail how to get away with
it all.
With it all. But it all worked out. And by the way, as far as I know, that ship message came after our podcast was released.
That is correct. Because I think, to be honest, the real nugget of advice we gave him is that he had no brand to lose. So just fix up, swap up, change your name, and go again without stealing.
Yep.
Some people say breaks are stealing.
Some of these prices, Enzo, I tell you.
Listen.
Okay, so that's a super factor covered. That's the Black Select from FIFA Select covered. Let's move on to some.
How many more Liminimal 101s do you think exist in products that have yet to release for this season?
How many more 101 Liminimal do I think exist in products that have yet to release? Okay, yeah. 8.
Yeah, I think we're about 12.
You think we're up to 12?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to run through it all, but like Stadium Club has to have at least 2, probably 3, probably 4, probably 6.
Because there's the don't forget there's the image variation super factor all
yeah,
one.
There's probably definitely 6 in Stadium Club around across the SKUs. Oh, Panini have Obsidian. There's probably about 30 Jason.
Oh god,
I feel like the Euro Chrome hasn't come out yet, so they had enough time to stick.
Immaculate
15.
still to come out.
Immaculate, yeah, impeccable. But I know that's Premier League, isn't it?
Premier League, I think. Yeah.
Obsidian will probably have a team or an international Obsidian. Yeah, right. No, let's not get into this rabbit hole.
Tell you what, Aluminium Al, Red Flood in a Spain kit.
Purple Flood.
That's a card.
Or Purple Etch or whatever in a Barcelona kit.
Yeah. Oof.
We'll see.
On the other side of El Clasico, I happened to see this on Panini Spain. It was this Real Madrid Tribute box, 23-24, €30. And I couldn't really work out who the target market was for this, but you can see, I guess that's treble winners, try Championes. You get this kind of stuff. You get autographs. Panini Tribute is the name of the set. Camavinga. There's a team photo. That's very gold drip, isn't it?
Panini Gold.
Yeah. Come on. That's pretty much,
It looks a bit like Idols as well, doesn't it?
It does. This card can't be the finished design. Look at that. Come on. What are you talking about?
Yeah, this is a silver.
The layers aren't even right.
Yeah, no.
Why is there a glowing orb here on the yellow kind of thing here?
Very strange.
This is a very strange set. I've Google translated the description from
limited units.
What? Where does it say limited units?
At the bottom, it's in yellow. Don't let her get away.
Don't miss the opportunity to get your hands on a unique collector's item, the new Real Madrid Tribute 23-24 Tri-Championes box. This is a luxury collection to remember through its protagonists and most outstanding moments, the title achieved by Real Madrid in the exceptional 23-24 season. Inside this Panini Tribute box, you'll find a complete collection with 50 cards made from top quality material. In addition to these 50 cards from the collection, you can also add some of the 4 special cards from the Hexa series. I don't know what any of this is. 50 cards. The collection consists of 50 cards that I found in this box, divided into different series: Tribute, Hits, Synergy, and Panini Gold, in which all the protagonists of the 23-24 season appear, as well as several of the highlights of the same season, I guess. The Tribute cards are made of top quality material, so don't worry about that.
It's like Panini crawled out of a cave and just kind of, we're like, Tribute, all this stuff you all know about, and we're like, no. What is this? Did they even win a treble last season? Is this like a real stretch of a treble, like the Community Shield equivalent? And I don't consider Jude to have just done a treble at Real Madrid. Football Twitter would have told me about that.
Yeah.
They won the Champions League.
They won the Champions League. They won La Liga.
Did they win the Copa del Rey?
I don't think so. I can't remember.
Maybe the Kings Cup or something.
Did they win the UEFA Super Cup?
We watched that in New York, didn't we?
They did. They beat Atalanta in the UEFA Super Cup.
Right, so that's what that's
is the trouble. Because I don't think they won the Copa del Rey. And then it says we're original autographs, but then the only autograph they show is Camavinga. So it's very confusing.
Athletic Club won the Copa del Rey.
Right, yeah.
I don't, to be honest with you, this looks like a Topps on demand set from like 2020. That's how that's what it looks like they're trying to kind of do, and they're doing it poorly. Apart from price, they're doing it poorly years later.
Yeah. So there you go. So if anyone's interested, so that would make you kind of believe that maybe Panini have the Real Madrid license.
Make me believe Panini have a lot of things going on that we don't understand.
But in fact, I have contrary information from my friends over at Soccer Cards Canada.
They're no friends of mine,
who post things consistently months in advance of their release.
Yeah, whoever gives them the information is someone I'd like to consider a friend.
Yes. I would also like to make friends with whoever gives Soccer Cards Canada the information. Because there are 200 products on this page, many of which we've never heard of until we saw them on this page. But if you look here, there's not an image in fairness, but this is a 24-25 Topps Real Madrid fan set.
So it is Soccer Cards Canada that was the first to announce that Real Madrid is coming.
That doesn't seem appropriate to me as a marketing strategy.
No, definitely not. Good for Soccer Cards Canada, of course. They're getting a lot of playtime here, and they're getting shared around everywhere.
But I would like to see a picture of Michael Rubin and Florentino Perez shaking hands at the Bernabeu.
That would be better, yeah. No doubt about it.
You know?
I understand.
Now listen to this. Topps is delighted to introduce the return. How do you introduce a return? Of the 24-25 Topps Real Madrid fan set. Guaranteeing you an exciting riff featuring 28 stars from Real Madrid, present-day heroes and fan favorites. Collect all first-team players with base cards and incredible chase cards, including a returning gem in Golden Future, as well as the true one-of-one chase card, Golden Treasure. Have I fallen in? What's happening? None of that. This is written in English and it makes no sense.
Maybe the person giving him the information is not a native English speaker. How about that?
It could be. But either way, this is just not an appropriate way to...
Golden Future, Golden Drip, Golden Treasure, True One of One. What about Only One? What about Superfactors? What are we talking about?
So this is a fan set. So we don't know... This... Like,
to be honest, I'm so triggered. Even it says the next start of the sentence says Marvel, and I'm like, Marvel Chrome, Marvel at those etched in stone legends in the monolith insert. Very clever. I get it.
Providing the big chase in this season's fan set are the super rare autograph cards featuring an impressive range of past and present Real Madrid icons.
Enjoy the
strange because the Panini set has autographs, and Panini are exclusive with Mbappe, but they chose a Camavinga autographs. Are there Mbappe autographs in the Panini Spain?
But he didn't win the treble, did he? He wasn't there last year.
Well, if they're including the Super Cup.
Yeah, the Super Cup was this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was the 24-25 Super Cup. I don't know what's going on.
No.
Maybe Tri Champions doesn't mean...
no, definitely doesn't. Definitely doesn't. But it did say titles, but then that could have been poorly translated as well.
Did they win the last 3 La Ligas?
No, I don't think so.
No. Anyway, so there's some confusion over the Real Madrid. Certainly on this podcast, there's some
Real Madrid and Florentino Perez found out people are buying cards and they have a card license, and I think they've given some to Topps and Panini at the same time.
I think it looks like that. There's also here a Benfica fan set.
The Man United fan set, by the way, that we've skipped over.
Oh yeah, no, I just saying Benfica before because I'm just giving an honorable mention here before we get into
Benfica, was it not? Yeah. Wow.
Manchester United.
So we announced that months ago, but we forgot to talk about it on the podcast, I think.
Consistently forgot to talk about it on the podcast.
I say
there's 2 things on today's show that we've been forgetting to talk about for a few weeks.
We announced it, but via Soccer Cards Canada, of course. This has been up here for a few weeks now.
Yeah, this has been here. They announced it ages ago. And by the way, I thought there was going to be a bigger reaction when we posted it on Instagram because
I'm looking now.
The most common question we get.
Do you want to see the breakdown? So here we are. We posted this on the 25th of September.
Yeah, it's now the 8th of October.
67 likes, and 3 of those were me and you and Dublin Card Show account. So, 64 likes. But in terms of insights, because a lot of people like to share this stuff around, 3,000 insights. So
3,000 impressions.
Yeah, people saying it. But until it's here, it's not here. You know what I mean? People don't really trust it. People are like, oh, Soccer Cards, what even is Soccer Cards Canada? And the reality is, this fella doesn't miss. He's getting his information from the right guy. Dana White himself.
The same.
Look, does that say Topps FC? What's that about?
Yes, I was just going to say that to you. What is this?
Maybe it's a new.
But
maybe it's a new thing where it's like the fan sets are under Topps FC.
Or under Topps FC, yeah.
It could be a new brand. That could be a real Fanatics move. We need to brand out that differently.
Right, Topps FC is kind of like that's what can go in your football shop.
Yeah, maybe
in your sports shop. I mean, like in your
Topps Football Club fan set.
Your Intersport.
in your Old Trafford shop,
Yeah,
the superstores.
maybe so.
Ultimately, I do think fan sets are good, but they're a lot better than the like weird baseball things they do, where it's just like, remember we walk in the baseball shop and it's just like a stack of base cards from like one of the top sets, like flagship, and it's just like these are all the Guardian players. As much as we'd all love that, these are all the Guardian players, and it's just there it is, and it's like I prefer opening something than having packs and kind of being confused
and chasing ultra rare autographs.
An etched in stone monolith inserts.
Yeah. So if anyone knows
What's going on?
If the administrator of Soccer Cards Canada listens to the podcast,
I would love if he did, because he or she, should I say, or they, I don't know
if
who,
they did,
let us know where you get your. I will pay you for your information, but then if we had the information, I don't think we'd leak it. Not this far in advance.
Yeah, no, I know it's a strange one. So if anyone knows what's going on with the Real Madrid licenses or the Manchester United licenses, like, does this mean, like, are there examples of clubs only having fan sets and never getting on anything else? I don't think so.
Salzburg was close, but they definitely had a couple of premium sets.
They had Salzburg Chrome.
That's what I'm saying. They had 2 versions of that, 2 years of it. Leipzig had a Leipzig Chrome. PSG had a PSG Chrome. Juventus had their Chrome as a hobby box Chrome.
Yeah, and they had team sets as well as fan sets.
True. I think, I'm pretty sure you're guaranteed a team set if you get a fan set.
So this would be pretty big then, a Real Madrid and a Manchester United license.
You know what? Man City. Oh no, they had Man City forever.
Yeah. But, and the
treble winner doesn't count. Well, I suppose it does. Yeah. Absolutely counts. I'm sorry. Yeah, so Man United, but then Benfica might break the mold. Although, how could they?
Yeah, I don't know.
They probably have to do something.
So we're gonna watch this space, because who knows what's going on.
Chelsea just had fan set, team set. Nothing else.
Chelsea just had fan set and team set. That's right. Yeah.
Thank you.
So we're at least getting a team set, but that's the fewest number of products we ever had is for Chelsea.
And that's probably because they were in a whole thing.
Yeah. So
they were signing and selling players at such a rate that you just couldn't risk putting out anything.
Yeah, you had to reprint everything as soon as you made it.
Facts.
So I don't know. I just speaking to the Irish hobby, if we had a Manchester United team set, that would be incredible. The hobby would double overnight inside.
To be honest, I'm just living for the day I can have a Real Madrid team sets beside Barcelona team sets and just be like, look at that. And then you have your Atletico Madrid beside that. You have some Real Sociedad if they still do them. And it's just like, this is good. This feels good.
But of course, if you have a Real Madrid license, you've no Mbappe. He's exclusive.
That's true. Although he literally goes to the white party. Like, how did that happen?
Panini got to him.
But like, how? Like, if you're Marco Rubin and you're not chatting to him at a party going, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
What's wrong with you? Maybe Mbappe doesn't...
Are you a silly sausage? Like, what are you doing? But then maybe the team license gets you the Mbappe. Because he might have an obligation for Real Madrid to have to sign X, Y, Z. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Sure, we'll soon find out. It's all very confusing, Jason.
But that's just a little... If anyone is interested, 2 of the biggest brands in football are...
Getting team sets, and the European hobby will continue to expand rapidly.
Yeah. Kind of a backdoor confirmation there from Soccer Cards Canada. Speaking of Fanatics acquiring French people...
That's right.
We didn't cover this
yes,
when it happened last week. This is from the 3rd of October, 2024, which is last week. Fanatics Live acquires the assets of European live commerce platform Voggt, a market leader in live shopping for collectibles. Wow.
So Voggt, as we've known for a very long time, have been in Europe, which is essentially a live selling app. They used to be in the UK and they were called Bits for a while, and then they changed to Voggt, and then they left the UK because Whatnot was killing them. It wasn't that profitable, but they kind of originated in France and they were doing a few European countries. I want to say they're in Germany and maybe Italy as well. And
France.
Yeah, they started in France. They're a French company. And now, obviously, Fanatics said, here's a quick way to expand Fanatics Live. Let's acquire it. And funnily enough and hilariously enough, they're keeping the name Voggt. I don't know if you've heard that, Jason.
I haven't heard that.
They're not changing the name as of yet.
Right.
I think we're on record in this podcast saying the name of Voggt is one of the reasons why Voggt, I don't think, took off.
Yes, it's
because it's
difficult to say.
confusing. As
Difficult
was
to remember.
Bits, Vought was like Whatnot is alright. It's not. I don't even think that's particularly
Well, at
good.
least bits is a word.
Yeah, Vought is not a word. I actually put it into a Google Translate to see if it was a French word, but as far as I know, it's not.
No, the double G doesn't really appear in many
Languages at all.
word. Yeah, jogging maybe. Let's just go through this because there tends to be in Fanatics press releases, there tends to be little nuggets that you don't necessarily
Get anywhere else.
And because they think they're talking to investors, so they'll tell you stuff. They'll tell you the truth.
And Jason,
yeah,
they are talking to investors. You know what I mean? We are buying this cardboard like nobody's business. We're buying the
That's
cards.
right.
We're buying the singles. We are investors. That's right.
Yeah. No, there you go. Acquisition of Vought with more than 500,000 members underscores globalizations of Fanatics Live. Underscores globalization of Fanatics Live. Live's business will launch in the UK in 2025.
Yeah. So straight off the bat, for any Americans listening that are not fully up to date, because a lot of people were confused about this, they have acquired Vought, which is a European-based selling platform at this moment in time. They were in the UK. They left the UK. Vought. So right now, this gives Fanatics immediate access to some European markets. Yep. They're not in the UK. It will be very easy to get into the UK, but I think why they're saying 2025 is they need to reinstate their UK presence, which is no longer part of the EU.
Okay. Los Angeles and Paris. Today, US acquired Vought, a leading European live commerce platform with more than 500,000 members. Vought, founded in 2021, is the market leader. By the way, congratulations to Vought for founding in 2021 and then selling to Fanatics within 3 years. That's incredible.
That's the dream.
Yeah, that's the dream. Best of luck to them. Is the market leader in Europe for live selling of sports collectibles and trading card games with a dedicated creator community selling to their audience in real time. Fanatics Live launched in 2023. With this acquisition, the platform begins its much anticipated expansion internationally, specifically in France and Germany, growing its community of passionate collectors. According to Nick Bell, CEO of Fanatics Live, Fanatics Live will launch in the UK in 2025. The broader Fanatics company, which recently announced multi-year trading card partnership with the Premier League, partners with more than 900 sports clubs and organizations, including all sorts of other ones. We are thrilled to be welcoming Vought to Fanatics Live and are excited to come together to focus on enhancing the collector experience, said Nick Bell. The team at Vought has built a strong platform and community. We look forward to having their team members join us as we continue to grow and diversify the sports trading card hobby globally. Okay, this is Quentin Lopez, co-founder and CEO of Vought, speaking about joining with Fanatics. I'm so excited to take the next step in Vought's journey by joining Fanatics, one of the fastest growing, most exciting companies in sports. Together, we'll bring the best of Fanatics to our passionate community in Europe, building a best-in-class platform that will transform the collectible space. The acquisition of the assets of Vought is immediate. All current Vought employees will continue based in their current locations. The platform will remain branded as Vought. So, Enzo.
My big 2025 prediction is that changes.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to go into the UK as Vought. I think they want to have the UK as Fanatics Live and just leave continental Europe under the Vought brand.
But I think they're going to want that to be Fanatics Live Europe. I think to be honest, I think they're kind of dealing with the acquisition of a French company that has a large amount of non-English speaking users on their platform, and they were a little bit tentative to change the name for that reason.
Yeah,
but they will. Sense. I think they will eventually do it because Vought is not a good name. But the way Quentin's like, Enzo, I don't give a fuck what it's called. Look what I just did.
Yeah.
It sounds like Quentin is still very much involved. Do you know what I mean? He didn't say. I don't know. I'm excited.
No, I don't think the CEO of Vought is going to.
Like I just noticed here, it seems to be an undisclosed fee. Like I'm not seeing any mention of what it was acquired for. Did they acquire 100% of it? Did they acquire? What happened?
Well, they announced the acquisition of the assets of Vought. So I guess that's their trademarks, that's their users, that's their data, that's their
app,
platform, everything. Yeah. So,
but for no, they didn't say how much.
They didn't say how much for an undisclosed fee.
No, it's none of our business, but I would love to know.
I'd love to know. Yeah.
Quentin has a big smile. I don't remember. Yeah, listen, they did it. That's the. I don't know. I just seen an article recently saying that the sales traffic on Whatnot last year were over $2 billion. So Whatnot, obviously, Fanatics, I suppose, continuing to kind of go with, we're not necessarily going to spend the most money to take out the biggest leader because we fundamentally think we can buy second place and then compete with the biggest leader.
Yeah, because if you look at, say, France and Germany as markets, they have Whatnot and there are Whatnot sellers and there are Vought sellers. But if you're Fanatics, because there is a Tops Germany, there is a Tops France, then it's pretty easy to integrate those verticals and say, okay, our guys on Fanatics Live in France and our guys on Fanatics Live in Germany are going to get early access to Tops products. So if you want to break Merlin a day early, when you can go on Whatnot and do that, but if you okay, that example didn't work. But
oh my god,
you know, you can imagine there are things you can do if you control the product and you control, you know, a brand where the product is sold. You can manipulate that. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens. But I think do you think it's good for the European hobby?
Yeah, having Fanatics over here is focusing on it is going to be good, definitely.
Yeah,
I'm trying to picture like internally at Whatnot, like do the owners of Whatnot low key dream of selling and making their fortune and dipping out? Like, is there an incentive to create second class hobby businesses that Fanatics might acquire? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
because like, they didn't partner with PSA, they partnered with CSG. With all due respect to CSG, I don't want to call them second rate, but PSA is certainly the leader, and you know what I mean. It's like, what's going on in the hobby?
Well, I mean, or is it that they're
like, are we struggling here being the best? But like, do we need to be the second best soccer card podcast? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, well, so far nobody has
come close. There's no second place to fund a war.
Yeah, people don't really. They tend to start sport card podcasts. People would say, "How could you possibly get 2 episodes a week for years just about soccer cards?"
Listen, there could be 3 if we were really.
Yeah,
if we had more free time, it'd be 3. That's right.
And we would have covered this stuff
a few weeks ago.
on
a Sunday show.
Yeah,
I'd love to do a Sunday show in a world where my Sundays were free, and the atmosphere was like it's a laid back version of the show.
Right. As opposed to the kind of high pace.
Yeah, exactly.
The super tight, fast.
No, but I can picture Jason us being in a studio together, and it's a Sunday, and you know we have at this point we're a massive corporation, staff walking around bringing us coffee and stuff, and saying like
they're all working on a Sunday too. They're all
everyone.
Several times.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's my vision.
That's good. We could just record it during the week and release it on Sunday.
Listen, it's definitely an option. You're saying you're in church on Sunday, don't disturb you.
That's right. I'm saying I'm in church on Sunday. Okay, let's move on along from that to a listener email. We've been talking because of the WOSO Chrome release about women's cards and their place in the market and the overall interest in them. And we got a very comprehensive, I want to say, email from a listener called Jason Tennant. So shout out to Jason. And by the way, did you see the Puteus Chrome relic card?
I seen it. I didn't see anything other than a front photo of it. I didn't see like a classic video of it being hit, so I don't know the thickness of the card, etc.
Just for anyone who hasn't seen it and is watching the video, this is a Superfractor hit by Golden Goal. From some very, very nice results on 3 cases, I believe, of women's Chrome.
Yeah, wow.
I would just love to get a side profile of that card.
We have to find the video of it being hit because it's so confusing.
But we can tell from the fact that it's in a... No, not really.
It looks... Yeah, no, that looks kind of thick in fairness, that mag. If you look at the depth of the map, of the mag, see in the corners, the depth is there. It must be thick. Because how is it not thick? How does it feel? We might have to buy it just to find out. Continue our expansion of 101 women's soccer cards, but this time just to know.
Wow, incredible stuff. So let's get into, speaking of women, let's get into this email from Jason, right?
This wasn't
hello, lads. It wasn't me. Different Jason.
Common name in the hobby.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, I'll leave you now. Don't even expand.
Okay. Hello, lads. I listened to episode 247 and I wanted to share a bit of the US perspective on women athletes in products primarily focused on traditional male sports. And then it kind of takes us on a whole journey. So get ready for this.
I'm booking it up. This is the kind of stuff I want on my Sunday show.
Yeah. For soccer, in 1994, Upper Deck released a World Cup set that included some members of the women's national team, the US women's national team, which included a Mia Hamm rookie, one of the highest selling cards from the entire set currently. So that is... It's kind of all very agreeable sort of footnotes in here. So that's this 1994 Upper Deck World Cup contenders.
Is that the same, like, that's not the one where it has like Michael Jordan as an insert, is it?
That I'm not sure of.
I don't think that's Upper Deck.
Okay. But this definitely has some Ireland cards in it, so I'm familiar with the set. I own many cards from this set. Also, Diego Simeone is in it, so I own that too. Also for soccer in 2011, so 1994, the Upper Deck World Cup set includes some US Women's National Team stuff, so that's right. Also for soccer in 2011, Upper Deck released some athletes, 15 of the 200 base set form of the Women's Professional Soccer League, the old version of the US Domestic League. This included such players as Marta and Alex Morgan, generally considered Morgan's rookie card. The Alex Morgan rookie appears to be the most valuable card from that base set. So that's two examples in 1994 and 2011 Upper Deck releasing soccer sets, of which the women's card is the most
desirable.
Switching to basketball, in recent years, starting with the 2022-23 season, Topps has included a couple of women players, maybe 4 to 15, in their Bowman College basketball set. So we said, someone wrote in and said you would never see a WNBA player included in the NBA. But you said that could be licensing.
Could be like, yeah, and we're seeing it at the college level, which in fairness, like Bowman Inception, I remember that one had the Caitlin Clark in it and the Wemby in it in 21-22, yeah.
And we're looking at, maybe that's not how Panini will do it, but we know that Topps are getting the NBA license.
Do you know what I was just thinking? And I don't want to jump ahead because maybe it's in there, but there was the Panini Select that had the Alex Morgan Select autographs in it as well. There was women's, remember?
Yeah, in 2016,
17, 18 or 16. Yeah. So Panini have done it. They're not against it.
Yep. Okay, so the Bowman College sets in the 2023-24 season, which is a weaker group of athletes on the men's side, the women's cards tend to have a higher value at the moment. Though this is not the NBA, it is the level just before the NBA in the States. So yeah, Bowman Chrome University, Bowman Best University. Finally, Panini is starting to get into the action with their Prism Draft Picks basketball set for the 2024-25 season. This set, which is an early release that includes drafted NBA players in their college uniforms, is advertised as having some of the women basketball players in addition to NBA prospects. I would not be surprised if this was done because of the weak 2024 NBA draft and to cash in on the popularity of Caitlin Clark and others among the WNBA rookies. Just wanted to share that little bit of information. Hopefully you find it useful or at least vaguely interesting. Thanks for the great podcast and take care, Jason. I did enjoy that, Jason. Thank you very much.
Jason. Listen, I'm a fan of all Jason.
Yeah. I mean, to be getting such a good email from another Jason.
Read out by a Jason. It's brilliant.
Oh, wow. So you can see there on 2024 collegiate basketball from Panini, you can see there's Donovan Klingen in his UConn uniform, but then there's Caitlin Clark on the cover in her Iowa.
What player?
There's Kevin Brink, all this kind of stuff. So that's interesting.
I would agree.
So while we're saying, people are saying on the soccer side, maybe take the women's stuff out of the men's stuff. On the basketball side, Panini are saying maybe Topps are saying let's put the women in with the men but I think that's partly due to like the draft class.
Yeah, definitely. And just, I mean,
the system.
Obviously Caitlin Clark is blowing up. She's huge. She's massive. Everyone knows, so it's like that's going to impact. If you can do the mix, you're going to do the mix because of that alone.
Yeah. And there is no, I would say, there isn't in Ireland or the UK or Europe, as far as I know, I can't think of an example of a female footballer with an equivalent level of hype to Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
In women's basketball. So
I mean, I think Caitlin Clark literally came in and like beat an all-time record or whatever in the entire WNBA. Like she is, quote unquote generational. The way that they like to throw them out. But that's it. She's she's ripping up the record book as a rookie, and therefore, in this hobby especially, like that's what we want to see. That's what people get excited about. And you're going to take any, like, again, I'm surprised there wasn't a in this Mercury set, I'm surprised there wasn't a Wemby X Caitlin Clark dual autograph. It's one of those, I don't want to say Freddie Adu because it's a totally different thing, but it's one of those things where it's like, it's absolute hype. We're throwing them in everywhere. We're using it where we can. Is there a way to bend this licensing rule to get this player onto the checklist? Yes, no. If there is, we're doing it.
Yeah, and then if we're going to do it for her, we might as well throw a couple others in there. And
yeah, because then it looks a bit cleaner. You can't just have her popping up.
Yeah.
You need to pick out a few.
Yeah. It's interesting. We'll keep an eye. I think it's actually... basketball lends itself more easily to that as well, because for the reasons that basketball cards in general lend themselves more easily to collecting and prospecting than soccer cards do, is, soccer as a sport, never mind women's soccer as a sport, it's already difficult enough to find a rookie who is genuinely affecting games on a week-to-week basis.
Yeah.
On the men's side or the women's side. So the chances of them both happening in the same year,
Low,
very low. Okay, I just want to finish the show with a quick bit of football because this week Andres Iniesta, Barcelona, Spain, Vissel Kobe legend, announced his retirement.
How many years was he
Tearfully
at
announced his retirement.
Vissel Kobe?
Maybe 3, 4.
Feels like 10.
It does feel like 10. Yeah, he went very young. Tearful Andres Iniesta announced his retirement after a trophy-laden career. The former Barcelona Spain midfielder Andres Iniesta announced his retirement on Tuesday after a trophy-laden career spanning 24 years. Iniesta 40. So, I mean, I don't know if you should be necessarily crying when you're retiring at 40, you know. That's not why he's crying, obviously, but he's not been forced into early retirement. He's just emotional. But anyway, in the heart of the midfield during a period of sustained success for both teams, Spain and Barcelona, in the late 2000s, early 2010s. Please allow me to be a little bit emotional today, he said.
Yeah.
Oh.
There you go, Jason.
So he's directly addressing me in the next line.
Yeah, please don't give me grief.
Yeah. You'll excuse me for getting a bit emotional. He said in a press conference in the United Arab Emirates, where he most recently played for Emirates Club. I didn't know he was playing in the UAE.
Yeah, he just wasn't. After he left Vissel Kobe, and I was like, how is he still? How did he not leave into retirement?
Yeah. I never thought this day would come. I never imagined that, yes, all these tears we have shed these days are tears of emotion, of pride. They are not tears of sadness. Spanish is really a very delicate language to translate into English. You see it all the time on football Twitter. It absolutely, like, you have to have an actual translator to do it because it makes no sense when directly translated into English. They are the tears of that boy from a small town like Fuenterrabía who had the dream of being a footballer, and we achieved it after a lot of hard work, sacrifice, never giving up. So they are. Andres Iniesta, 131 appearances for Spain, scoring the only goal in the 2010 World Cup final. A real legend.
Yeah, one of the best players I've ever watched play the game, Jason.
Yeah.
Watched him destroy Italy many a time. And obviously at club level, just him and Xavi were just crazy. You couldn't get the ball. I've never watched a team like that where it was literally like if you gave the ball away, you were fuming. Because you're like, we're not going to see it for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's the end of that.
It was crazy. You couldn't touch them. In a way, like even like Man City are amazing, but no, this was completely different. Even if records might show Man City are more efficient or their expected goals or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You lose the ball. You started a game and you just knew we're not going to really touch this ball. And it was Iniesta and it was Xavi and obviously Busquets and Messi and everyone else. I could keep listing people.
Yeah, and something was definitely happening. In a way, when you watch Manchester City, for instance, you're going like, this doesn't move me. I don't feel like this is not kind of approaching a next level of the sport. Whereas when you watch that Barcelona team in its pomp, you were like, this is something else entirely.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those teams where as an old man, I'll be saying, you just didn't understand. That was different. I don't care about all these.
I'm saying it now and I'm still a
No, I know. But it was a completely different wow.
Yeah, I happened to look at some of
whether or not
his.
That's real. That's the same card selling.
Most recent sale. Same card got sold. Yeah, a silver signings 101 from Inception sold for €6,000 and then €7,700.
That was the other way around.
Yeah, it was the other way around. Oh, so it was. Yeah.
Sold for 7, then it got relisted and sold for 6, and it probably is still with the original owner. But
right,
what a player.
This season he was in Marks of Excellence as well. So some good on card Iniesta coming through recently. That's a nice noir card there. So yeah, he's got some good stuff. Does Andres Iniesta, and we wish him all the best in his retirement. Just wanted to kind of take a moment and say what a player he was.
That's right. A player that you wish had a proper rookie card. I know he does. I don't want people sending it to me, but when I say a proper rookie card, I mean
he has a rookie card. It's
a
from 2002,
No, a Monday Chromo or something. No, I want numbered rookie cards. Like he's one of the lost, the true lost rookies.
Generation.
That's right. Yeah, a lost generation of soccer that
right.
has actually. I think that's it. There, the Monday Chromo. It's actually set soccer back a lot by not having those, because a lot of people will see someone like Iniesta and go, how great was he? Look at his rookie doing 300 quid. And it's like, no, you don't understand.
Yes. It's a different thing.
It's different.
Yeah.
Like your fucking LeBron James has a 1-of-1 super factor or has a upper deck, whatever.
It has an RPA or something.
Yeah, all of that sort of stuff. Exquisite. Like we didn't have that. We still don't have exquisite, but you know what I mean. We just about.
So we look at Andres Iniesta and we think what could have been if he had the cards.
Yeah, I mean the person who owned the Super Factor autograph rookie of him, Topps Chrome, like even if he is not Messi, he is not Ronaldo. The person who owns that, if he does not want to sell it, I guarantee there's 5, 10 high net worth individuals that would pay an arm and a leg for it, and it would be an actual grail card. You know.
Yeah.
That's life. That's
right.
life.
That's life.
And you'll forgive me for these emotions. You'll forgive me for these tears. But what could have been would have been beautiful.
Yeah, I forgive you for getting emotions on a day like this. Okay, that's us. We're back on Thursday for episode 249 of Soccer Cards United.
Wow,
almost 250. If you have any, almost 250, yeah.
But really, 277.
Really, I think it's something like 320.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So anyway, we'll call it there. I hope everyone has a great week. If anyone knows about the Real Madrid or Manchester United licensing arrangements going forward, please do reach out.
Yep.
And other than that, yes, Enzo, I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later, Jason.